In 2009, many industries struggled in the poor economy. Dairy farming in particular was hit hard, as farmers were only able to sell their milk at an extremely low price.
Last year was very difficult times for dairy farming. The price of milk was anywhere from 11 to 13 pretty consistently, and to make the milk it costs us 16 to 17 due to high fuel and high grain prices.
Dairy farmers get paid for every 100 pounds of milk they sell, and the price constantly fluctuates. For most farmers, $18 for 100 pounds of milk allows them to make a profit, but $12 forces them to make some changes.
We cut our labor forces back, one person. Just try to do anything we can to conserve basically labor and some grain prices. We cut down on the amount of grain we were feeding, which meant lower milk production, but it was definitely conservation.
While almost all dairy farmers were facing financial trouble, some, like Jamie Baker, were better prepared than others.
When the price started to drop, we kind of knew that it was coming somewhat. And the year before was really, really good. So we had put money away. We prepaid. A lot of feed was prepaid. Our seed was prepaid. Fertilizer was prepaid. So we actually sailed through the first half of the year pretty easy. And we didn't get till probably August, September till we started running out of money. And so then we just went and borrowed money. We borrowed one time enough to get us through till we thought we were going to turn around, and that's what it did.
But even the better prepared found themselves losing money.
We figured out that we were losing $1,000 every day. So, and there was really nothing that we could do about it. You know, we try to do everything as good as we can do it and cut where we can. We're not going to short the cows on feed. We're not going to quit giving them shots. We're not going to, you know, so if I have to do that, I'll quit.
We lost a couple $100,000 last year.
You know, we figured we had to borrow $30,000 every month or have it in savings to keep going. And it's like, how long can you do that, you know?
Organic dairy farmers, who get paid much more for their milk even during bad times, also felt the strain of the economy.
We did cut some cow numbers. We got rid of some cows that you know, marginally weren't as productive. It was a big cut.
The Bensons ended up selling 25 cows. Generally, the price of organic milk stays steady around $28 per 100 pounds. But at one point last year, the Bensons were getting $26.50.
Organic milk was on a steep growth curve for 3 or 4 years. They were growing, demand was growing at 20% a year. When the market crashed, the demand, the growth stopped. They dropped the price $1. They implemented a quota system. They only paid you organic price for 93% of your milk, so there was a 7% reduction. You could still ship as much as you want, but anything you made over 93% of what they determined to be your base was there was a deduction on it that brought it down pretty close to conventional levels.
So, if the farmers aren't making the money, who is?
I think somebody in the middle has got to be making it, because the milk in the stores really does not go down at the same speed that it does at the farm level. One of the milk haulers or buyers, I don't know if it was Hood or one of those, had the best year they've ever had last year when we had the worst.
George Farm sells their milk to Agrimark, the company that owns Cabot and McAdam cheese.
Our company had a $14 million profit, highest ever. Now we are doing fairly well. I don't think that the good milk prices will stay up long enough to offset the losses that we had last year.
You know, we're kind of glad that the price of milk is back as good as it is, considering. But it doesn't look like it's going to stay there. It looks like in the spring it's going to crash again. So,
Dairy farmers are now preparing for another significant price drop.
well, we'll do all we can with what money we do have. Maybe we might not buy a new tractor, you know. I would say our everyday expenses we can cover in the bad times, but we can't buy new stuff. You know, next year we might not be able to buy anything, just get by.